What it do, everybody? This is Junior Zamorone coming at you from Ukiah, California for another edition of Baseball, Bobbleheads, and Brews. On today's show, we're going to talk about a controversial subject in the game of baseball today. Then we're going to be talking about a dual bobblehead that'll make the state of Ohio proud. And finally, we're going to be talking about a brew from a brewery long-standing here in the state of California. Like Shirley and Lee say, let the good times roll. Before we start the show tonight, I want to thank everybody for your constant support here at Baseball, Bobbleheads, and Brews. And I want to apologize because I know our Triple B swag bag giveaway was supposed to be selected on Black Friday. However, there was a little COVID scare in our household, but don't worry, everything came back negative and we're right back to business. So without further ado, I'm going to select the winner for the Triple B swag bag giveaway. I'm going to select the winner from my Stockton Ports Oakland A's themed hat. So without further ado, your winner is the Wolf Traeger Blitz. Congratulations, Wolf Traeger Blitz. You will win a baseball bobblehead and brew Pilsner tumbler, a $25 Visa gift card, a $25 Buffalo Wild Wing gift card, plus some bobbleheads and brewery swag that we've come across. So I'm going to drop my email in the description. Shoot me an email with your contact information. Congratulations. And if you didn't win this time, don't worry. We're going to push to get to 100 subscribers in the New Year's so we can do some more giveaways like this one. It was announced December 12th that the Cleveland Indians were going to follow suit of the Washington Football Club, formerly known as the Redskins, to drop the controversial Native American moniker. The Cleveland Indians were founded in 1901 as the Cleveland Bluebirds. They were charter members of the American League and have roots that date back to the Western League when they were known as the Grand Rapid Rustlers. The Indians were also named the Broncos in 1902, and from 1903 to 1914 they were known as the Naps, after Hall of Fame second baseman, the Frenchman Nap LaJoie. Sadly, LaJoie rejoined the Philadelphia Athletics, leaving the Naps looking for a brand new name come the 1915 season. Local baseball writers in the Cleveland area decided to go with Indians as a tribute to the most famous Native American player in the Cleveland area and the first Native American player in MLB history, Louis Sockalaksis. The tribe have won 2 World Series, 6 American League pennants, and 10 division titles. They also hold the American League record for consecutive wins at 22. The famous Chief Wahoo logo was first seen in 1932 in the Plain Dealer, which was a local newspaper that covered the Indians in Cleveland. The Indians then commissioned the first official Chief Wahoo logo in 1947. They wanted it to convey a spirit of true joy and unbridled enthusiasm. However, the first sign of controversy arose when Sockalaksis' own tribe, the Penobscot tribe, petitioned Cleveland to drop the logo and the Indian name. The Indians then shifted exactly who Chief Wahoo was meant to honor. They linked him up with pitcher Allie Reynolds, giving him the nickname Chief Wahoo. They then moved forward and actually put Chief Wahoo on the on-field hat in the 1986 season. At that time, that hat became one of the best-selling hats. Protests began ramping up in 1997 to have the Indians' name and Chief Wahoo removed completely. In 2018, 10 years later, Chief Wahoo was removed from the on-field hat and replaced with the block letter C. It was last worn in a professional game October 8th of 2018. The Oneida Nation of New York, who was at the forefront of the movement to have the name and the logo changed, said this is the culmination of decades of work, and they praised the city of Cleveland for being the change and not just letting this sit over their heads. This now leaves the Atlanta Braves, Chicago Blackhawks, and the reigning Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs as the only professional sports team that still use Native American imagery in their name and or logo. Now, a lot of people are speculating what the team's going to be called, but it was announced today that the Cleveland Indians will remain through the 2021 season and won't change their name until 2022. So a lot of fan pages have already started speculating what the name will be. Some people are out there saying that they should become the Cleveland Spiders, paying tribute to the first Cleveland team that was there. There are also some that say that it should be the Cleveland Buckeyes, paying tribute to the Negro League team. There's some people that really think that the team name should be Rockers because the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame calls Cleveland home. One of the ones I really like is the Cleveland Guardians, and I've seen that one floated out there. But my 2 cents on the situation is that the city of Cleveland should pay Nashville for the rights to the sound, because the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame brings in all sorts of genre, but their music sounds so sweet. So what's your thoughts for what the Cleveland team will be called in 2022? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I know this is a very controversial subject, and as I was doing my research for today's episode, I came across a quote from one of the legends of the Cleveland Indians, Bullet Bob Feller. Feller said that every day is a new opportunity. You can build on yesterday's successes and put its failures behind you and start over again. That's the way that life is, and with a new game every day, that's the way baseball is. Now, I know people might not like the change, but as a society, we have to continue to move forward. So no matter how this ends up, hopefully we can move the needle as a world and help improve the world and the game of baseball. This week's Bobblehead comes from the Cleveland Indians, and it was given away June 12th of 2004. It features 2 Gold Glove shortstops in Cleveland Indian great Omar Vizquel and Cincinnati Reds legend Dave Concepcion. There were roughly 18,000 of these given away, as it was an all-fan giveaway. So actually, there could be up to 20,000 of these in circulation. It sits in at 6.5 inches tall, making it a medium-sized dual bobblehead. The base is 2.5 inches wide and features a very unique home plate design. The bobblehead itself is made by BDNA and I believe is made of ceramic because it's pretty heavy, yet it's very compact. The good thing about this bobblehead is that it has raised lettering and logos. A lot of teams nowadays go cheap and actually put watermarks as the logo on the jersey and the hat, but this one is molded in. Now don't get me wrong, it's not a perfect bobblehead because the paint is a little sloppy in areas, but because of all the detail on the base and the wording and the detail in the logo, it's fairly well done. Now there's 14 different Gold Gloves between Vizsla and Concepcion, giving them, I believe, the most Gold Gloves in the state of Ohio. It also features a unique feature, which is the high five. You don't see many bobbleheads on one base doing the high five, and it was done fairly well because I've never seen any horror stories of this bobblehead coming broken. Now, I urge everybody to search out this bobblehead because it's a golden addition to my dual bobblehead collection. Finally, this week's brew comes from Drake Brewing Company out of San Leandro, California. It was founded in 1989 as Lind Brewing, which they specialized in English-style ales. It originally featured Sir Francis Drake on the labels, but has then changed to a mallard, which is also known as a Drake. In 2008, they started a new era by producing West Coast style ales. They strive to produce a high quality, innovative, and unique craft brew using quality hops and malts. They also commit to a high standard in their beer and in their customer service. I selected their Flyway Pils. It's a North German style Pilsner that features flaked maize, Vanguard hops, and your traditional Pilsen malt. The flaked maize gives it a dry feel, while the Vanguard hops brings in a slightly spicy herbal note. It sits in at 4.5 alcohol by volume, giving it a light, drinkable vibe. Let's crack this bad boy open. It's really hop forward, but yet I find a sweet aroma, somewhat like a cake. It's very carbonated, and it actually lingers on my palate. Now, I'm picking up a toasted flavor from probably the malt, but there's a touch of citrus acid-like in the back of the palate, making it really refreshing. The bitterness is very well balanced as it sits in at 43 IBU. Not bitter at all compared to some things that are out there. It's very refreshing, and that's one thing that I appreciate from this beer. But unfortunately, I've been looking and searching for a Pilsner like the Bear Republic Brewing Company out of Hillsburg, California, unfortunately retired. So right now, this is my current favorite, slightly beating out the Holy Ghost Pilsner from Laughing Monk Brewery. Now, I like my beer super ice cold, and what I'm learning through these shows is that beer changes profiles as it sits and gets warmer. So if you want to experience what this beer will become, let it sit out at about room temperature for a little bit, and you'll start getting different characteristics out of the beer. For me, I always like my beers nice and ice cold, and I tend to drink them fairly quick. So this beer right here provides all the boxes checked for a really good, refreshing beer. So I urge you to go out and try to find the Flyway Pils. And I'm going to fly away with one of these California staples from a long-standing California brewery. I'm going to leave a link in the description below, linking you up with the Stockton Ports Dock Shop. You know, the hat that I selected, the winner of the Triple B swag bag giveaway. You can go to their website and find one of those great hats for your collection. I'm also going to link you up with Drake's Brewing Company, Laughing Monk Brewing Company, and Bear Republic Brewing. That way you can find their beer near you, and I encourage you to try the Flyway Pils because it's a real winner. Now I want to thank everybody for your constant support, so don't forget to hit the like button and continue subscribing. And we'll see you next time on Baseball, Bobbleheads, and Brews.